Kevin Love posted on the Players Tribune an article titled "Everyone Goes Through Something," in which he disclosed his battle with panic attacks. He described the attacks as being as real as a broken hand or a sprained ankle. He said further, quote, "I was running from room to room like I was looking for something I couldn't find. Really, I was just hoping my heart would stop racing. It was like my body was trying to say to me, you're about to die. I ended up on the floor in the training room, lying on my back, trying to get enough air to breathe." Your reaction to him opening up?
I applaud his courage as well as DeMar DeRozan's courage to make this for public consumption. A lot of times people think because you have success and career and fame and money that preludes you from issues that these gentlemen have exposed. And now that they've done it, I'm pretty sure it's going to give so many people the courage to come out and do the exact same thing.
I agree with you, Jalen. I applaud him as well. And what it does, it humanizes us as humans, you know, as athletes. I know there's a lot of people that look at athletes as Superman. You know, nothing could ever happen to you. So for Kevin Love and DeMar to come out and say, no, we have issues and problems just like everybody else, I think, to me, should give them even more fans, because they are making sure that they let everybody know that, listen, we're just human beings playing a game that we love and making a great career out of it. And I agree with you as well as far as other players in this league who are going through things like this. It gives them the courage now to also step forward.
And it is, I think, all these issues are still issues that have they carry a stigma in this nation, and a lot of people aren't comfortable. But if we can finally get to a place where depression is the same thing as having any other disease, or panic attacks are awful. I once experienced one on an airplane, and it was one of the worst things ever, because you truly think you're going to die and you can't breathe. And these aren't weird things that happen, and you're not weak because it happens to you.
Right.
It's chemistry and your brain, and there are ways to get help. And I love when people with big names come out, because it makes somebody at home watching think, oh, it's not me just being sad. There might actually be an issue here.
And this information and this awareness is not only for fans and media, it's also for teammates. Because a lot of times when you don't see an injury on a player, you feel like you need to be out there if you're breathing.
Absolutely.
And Kevin Love dealt with that game.
A lot, yeah.
Remember, he said when I was laying on the floor, where? In the training room.
Right.
That was the exact same day that we heard about, that came out later, that the teammates were unhappy with the fact that he wasn't on the bench, that he wasn't in the locker room. And so that came a conversation piece for us, that now you see LeBron James sending out a tweet is almost like an apology in a lot of ways, because we have a long way to go also.
Listen, all those teammates that are there in Cleveland should personally apologize to Kevin Love and say, man, we didn't know. We didn't know this is what you were going through, and we apologize. And now, like you said, that awareness of a guy coming out, it's just going to let everybody in this league know that, you know what, he might just be going through something. Other teammates might be going through something. So, again, you just can't pass judgment because the guy's in the locker room, he's not on the bench with you, he's not on the floor. So now you're thinking, oh, man, he don't want to play, or he's soft, or this or that. You know, you get those stigmas as well. And, again, I applaud Kevin for coming out.
But now I have a question, Coach, and it is, now that we know this, as a coach, do you now approach him different because you know he's had this issue? And this is the thing that stinks, when you now allow yourself to be vulnerable for the public. And so how do you behave in situations with a player that's let you know something like this?
You know what, Jay, I wouldn't approach it any different than as far as my coaching style with him. But what I would do is be much more aware of him as a person, the things that he is going through. So now it is more of me pulling him to the side and asking him how he's doing. You know, checking with him on a day-to-day basis more. But as far as the coaching, I'm still going to coach him hard. I'm still going to be demanding. But also from a personal standpoint, I'm going to be a lot more respectful of him as a person and try to find out if everything is going okay in his life.
Yeah, it's not a you don't want sympathy. It's just something you do. I mean, do you treat me differently?
Not at all.
I've known you for a million years.
Correct.
And I've suffered from depression almost all my life.
I'm going to be meaner to you.
That's what I'm saying. I have no excuse. I deal with it. Or I won't.